Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to take you guys through an absolutely awesome Steam game deal that is available directly on Steam. On top of that, a new sale that just went live and some other Steam game deals. And as I mentioned, all of these deals available directly on Steam, since I know some of you guys want to do all of your shopping on there. So we'll get to all of that. But right off the bat, I do want to note that Electronic Arts is running their September showcase sale. And with that, a lot of great deals. Look, I know EA is a publisher that not everybody loves, but they have published some very, very good games throughout the years. And one franchise that is synonymous with the best RPG franchises of all time is Mass Effect. And whenever the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is down to $5.99, I gotta give it a shout. It is such a phenomenal deal. Honestly, very much like playing the Batman Arkham games, playing the Mass Effect games can get pretty depressing in the sense of knowing that, my god, how a studio got absolutely eviscerated. Bear in mind that the entire Mass Effect trilogy came out in the span of 5 years. It was a shorter time than the development time of Dragon Age Veilguard, and that game was a pile of trash and took all those years to develop, and in that same time frame, you got the entire Mass Effect trilogy. These games are absolutely tremendous. The Legendary Edition does update it and improves the visuals a little bit, but these games still hold up really well. Mass Effect 1, unfortunately, does show its age a little bit, and that's the hardest one to get through, but still a worthwhile game. Mass Effect 2, in my opinion, is literally one of the greatest video games of all time. That's how highly I think of Mass Effect 2. I think that game is just absolutely outstanding, and that being included in this bundle is obviously fantastic. And then Mass Effect 3 is really good. I know the general rhetoric with Mass Effect 3 is going to be that the ending was a pile of trash, and you know, you can have your opinions on the ending, but Mass Effect 3 is still a very good game, and this is certainly a trilogy that I need to go back and play through. There are so many games like this from the the late 2000s, early 2010s that I need to go back and play. Like, I just played through Dragon Age Origins, I just played through Infamous 1, which, you know, both of those games were fantastic, but I did that in the middle of the summer when there were no new games really coming out, and now I can't really go back and commit the time at this point to playing through the Mass Effect games again. But definitely at some point, I certainly will go back and play those games once again. And again, if you haven't, these games are phenomenal. $5.99 for the entire trilogy. Great pickup there. And like I said, EA is running their September showcase sale, and with that, a lot of other good deals are available. I'd be remiss if I don't give the Star Wars Jedi games a mention. Jedi Fallen Order is 75% off for $9.99, while Jedi Survivor is 80% off for $13.99. Now, Jedi Fallen Order, this is a game that is kind of like appreciated in price point. For a while, it was going on sale for like $5.99, or I think even at one point it was like $3.99. Now it's back up to $9.99, and this is regularly the sale that you're gonna see. It'll be $9.99. Now, I totally believe that at some point a Steam sale will run around, you know, that deep discount section. Yeah, Jedi Survivor will be there, and it'll be for like $3.99, and people really be like, oh my god, what an insane deal, and a lot of people will pick it up then. So bear that in mind. I do foresee that happening, but you know, you only have like a couple major Steam sales a year, so some of you guys might not want to wait for that. Jedi Fallen Order is fantastic. It is the beginning of Cal's story, and I thought this game was absolutely phenomenal outside of the atrocious map design. I really, really enjoyed my time with the game, and I just thought it was an excellent, excellent game. Combat is great, visuals are great, and even being 6 years old, I mean, the visuals are still fantastic. So definitely check that out. And Jedi Survivor, yes, it is one of the worst PC ports of all time, but guess what? The recent reviews for Jedi Survivor actually have it at mostly positive. 850 reviews, 77% positive, so that's great to see. The performance still is pretty janky, so keep that in mind. But when this game came out, it was legitimately one of the worst PC ports I ever played. I played it with an RTX 3080, and I was legitimately dropping to sub 20 frames per second regularly. Like, it was awful. But the game is so good that I still beat the game. And not only did I beat the game once, I beat the game twice, like back to back, because I think Jedi Survivor is that good of a game. If you really ask me for what my game of the year was in 2023, if Jedi Survivor was a good PC version, Jedi Survivor would probably have gotten my game of the year for that year. Unfortunately, the optimization in this game was so bad that you know, it doesn't feel right giving this game of the year for me. And most people had Baldur's Gate as the game of the year, but for me, I just love Jedi Survivor. I thought it was a phenomenal game. Twists and turns, story is great, and more content than Fallen Order as well, and a significant undertaking if you look to do everything. So $13.99 on that. I don't think that's too bad of a deal. It Takes Two is 75% off for $9.99. Split Fiction is on sale, but it's 10% off for $44.99. That game is a contender for Game of the Year this year, but really, whenever Hazelight puts out a game, it seems like they put out Game of the Year contenders only, and exclusively that. It Takes Two is a game that has 42,000 Steam reviews, overwhelmingly positive reception, 95% positive, 89 on Metacritic, and $9.99 for this game. Remember that it is a co-op only game, so you have to play the game with a friend. I know, hard times to find those, but nevertheless, great deal on that if you do have a friend to play it with, so definitely check that out. Then we do have the Dead Space remake. That is 80% off for $11.99. I think that is an excellent deal as well. The Dead Space remake is phenomenal. Unfortunately, Dead Space as an IP probably gonna get benched for the foreseeable future, given that, you know, the Dead Space remake seemingly didn't sell all too well, but it is what it is. Check out the game. It's $11.99, and it's a great remake of one of the best survival horror action games of all time. Definitely leans a little bit more on the action-y route, but you know, I'm totally down with that. So great pickup there for the Dead Space remake. Lastly, a couple of deals that aren't a part of the EA Showcase sale. You got Red Dead Redemption 1, 40% off for $29.99. Look, it's a hefty price point for a game that came out 15 and a half years ago, but RDR1 is still, to me, one of the greatest games of all time, and I remember, you know, for years and years, I was just begging for this game to come to PC, and it just wouldn't come to PC. Took 14 years of begging for it to finally come to PC, and yeah, I beat it right after it came out on PC. I want to say like a month and a half after or so, and RDR1 is still a phenomenal game. Sure, RDR2 is the better game from the sense that it came out 8 years after. It's just such a big technical leap, and the content in RDR2 is incredible, but Red Dead 1 is still phenomenal. Great story, great main character, and you guys know me, I love the Wild West setting, so gonna be right up my alley. And then lastly, Palworld is 25% off for $22.49. With all the shenanigans that's been going on with Nintendo and the patents, I thought, hey, let's give Palworld a mention. Overwhelmingly positive reception on this now, 141,000 reviews, 95% positive, and it is 25% off for $22.49. Bear in mind, they're still dropping content updates for the game. I don't know when it's going to come out of early access. I would imagine sometime in 2026, but I guess the game still has one more big content update that's going to come out, and then I would imagine the game is going to go into early or out of early access. That's what I would assume, but who knows at this stage of the game. Maybe it'll be in early access for a little while longer, but nevertheless, go ahead and check that out. Palworld, that is available. 25% off for $22.49. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals available across the board. Check them out for yourself. Links to everything, as always, in the description box below. And a lot of great deals available. Check them out and, yeah, pick some stuff up. Or if you don't want to pick anything up, more power to you. But a lot of great deals that are available. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, obviously a no-brainer. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.